inside Orlando's first machine gun theme park. But how popular is it? And more importantly, how safe?
Awesome.
Hello, I'm Krista Larwood and welcome to The Travel Show, coming this week from Florida in the US, where a new theme park has opened that brings a whole new meaning to the idea of relaxing with a magazine or two on holiday. Also coming up on this week's programme.
We take to the skies overlooking Dubai in one of its only remaining seaplanes. We're in the Mexican Bay of Cabo Pulmo to explore a lesser-known marine reserve. And Tommy's here with his pick of the latest must-have travel gadgets. But first, the city of Orlando in central Florida is known for its phenomenally popular family-friendly theme parks. From SeaWorld and Universal Studios to one of the world's most visited attractions, Disney World, which alone plays host to over 17 million guests per year. Well, as of February this year, there's a new theme park in town, but it's rather different to the rest.
It's this place, Machine Gun America, a newly opened facility where you can come and shoot with some of the world's deadliest firearms. It's been billed as Orlando's first automatic adrenaline attraction, where visitors as young as 13 can come and try their hand shooting weapons from 6-shooter handguns to military-grade machine guns, and everything in between.
So this here is our Smith & Wesson M&P 22 rifle. This is great for first-time female shooters. And as you can see, it's pink. We call it the Pink Lady Rock Star.
There's a range of targets to aim at, from horror movie clowns and rampaging zombies to a picture of America's former most wanted, Osama bin Laden.
Elbows in, keep it tight.
And the attraction certainly seems to be a success so far. Less than a month after opening,
Awesome.
there's a steady stream of customers coming through the door,
Eat it! Come on, guys!
many of whom come from overseas.
We saw it on the internet and this place was new, it was a brand new facility, so I was like, hey, we'll go and check it out, and it's really good. So we thought we'll come down and shoot some guns.
Something you can't do in the UK.
So you get a very high purchase, keep that finger straight along the frame.
Wes is a firearms instructor with over 20 years' experience working with military and police personnel. Now, shooting with live weapons isn't quite my cup of tea, so he's agreed to show me the ropes with a simulated bottle shootout.
So we're going to treat every firearm, whether it's real or it's a simulated firearm, as if it's real and loaded at all times. So go ahead and open up your hand for me, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to get a good purchase on it, okay? Wrap your fingers around the gun and make sure that we get as much of your hand in contact with the firearm as we can.
So first thing, lights off, I guess?
Yeah, we're going to turn the lights off.
Okay. Hey! Oh, that works well. Sorry, no, I've done it. I've done exactly what you said not to do.
There you go.
Sorry, don't celebrate and shoot someone by accident.
Keep your target.
So we've established I shouldn't be allowed anywhere near a loaded weapon, but plenty of others are taking their turns on the range.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it.
Well, you can let some anger out if you're in that state. If your wife has bugged you on the holiday and you want to let some frustration out, or it's just a good. What's the appeal? The appeal is just it's fun.
Perhaps not surprisingly, the launch of a gun-themed attraction in Orlando's amusement park district has caused quite some controversy. Anti-gun groups have objected to the new facility.
Machine Gun America is playing into the hands of what the corporate gun lobby wants Americans to believe, that these very lethal firearms are fun and they're toys and they're entertainment.
That really isn't really part of what we're dealing with. There isn't an argument that we're we're really embracing. It's not really part of our situation here. Our goal here is to simply provide a safe, sane attraction.
Wes believes Machine Gun America is comparable to other adrenaline activities already available in Orlando.
Be proud, man, be proud.
This is every bit as much of an adventure activity as driving around a racetrack or going across the street to do the bungee jumps.
Does it really fit in that category?
Absolutely, it fits in that category.
Having a shooting experience with a lethal, fully automatic weapon is not at all comparable to going on a roller coaster ride or a Ferris wheel or bungee jumping. These machines, these guns were designed to kill, and these are military-style weapons, and they have no purpose in the hands of civilians, certainly not in an amusement park kind of environment.
The potential dangers of using live ammunition were highlighted in August last year when a 9-year-old girl on a shooting range in Arizona accidentally killed her instructor while learning to use an Uzi submachine gun. According to Wes, all possible safety measures have been taken to avoid this kind of event at Machine Gun America.
In watching those events, you can see a whole, literally a perfect storm of mistakes that are all getting ready to take place at one time. Something like that would never take place here, and it's our goal to never have anything like that ever walk through the doors here.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
As I'm a tourist from a country with much stricter gun laws, this brand new attraction gave me a very interesting afternoon and a fascinating insight into a place where the right to bear arms is still enshrined in the Constitution more than 200 years since it was first written. Next up, ever fancied taking a flight on a seaplane? Well, in this edition of Citizens, where we meet the faces behind the places, the team takes to the skies 1,500 feet over Dubai for a bird's eye view of the Emirates' best sights and iconic landmarks.
My name is Stefan Landry and I'm a seaplane pilot. This one is a Cessna Caravan. Very, very nice airplane to fly over Dubai. It's comfortable. We have air conditioning. Everybody has a window seat. It's the perfect tool for the job we have to do. That was a dream from I was a little kid. I wanted to do this. I'm from an island, so for me it was boat, and I love airplanes, so I just mixed together the two, and here I am.
Ready for this? Ready? Perfect.
I never regret my choice. Operating on the water.
So of course I would like everyone to have the seatbelt fastened for the flight. No surprise there.
Being very close to the passengers is very, very nice to me.
Okay, Coach Charlie 1 on the water on the creek, ready to go 30 direction for the dry dock. Can you speak there on it?
The difference between water and land, it's a moving surface. It can be boats. You don't have boats at an airport. You can have swimmers, jet skis, all that kind of stuff that you have to be very careful for that. So it brings challenges, but I think that's the thing that I like, always being sharp and ready to go. Obviously, it's the best way to see Dubai. Every day almost, you know, they're constructing new stuff, new features all the time. The Palm development, they're building a Ferris wheel close by. To see how it's growing and so fast, the only way to see it is from the air.
Dubai Sky Coach Charlie, we're turning southbound at the dry dock. We have visual working helicopter up in no conflict.
At this time of the day, I really like the Palm in the Atlantis Hotel. Because when you look at the back, you can see the Burj Al Arab and the Burj Khalifa. So you see all the features of Dubai at the same time. So this is one of my favorite moments during the flight. You have people that are not really used to fly on a smaller airplane like that. And it's a surprise for everybody to see how smooth it can be and how nice it is also to approach, and it's unnatural for most of the people to land on the water, so it's so exotic, it's super special.
All right, welcome back everyone. Good.
My goal is to make sure that after the flight they're very happy and they talk about it and they want to share their experience and they never forget about that, and that's when I'm happy.
Now for this week's travel update.
If you're thinking of visiting Pompeii, then now might be a good time. The biggest house, the Villa of the Mysteries, is set to reopen in its entirety on March 20th, following nearly 2 years of restoration work on 70 rooms. The suburban villa is famous for having many well-preserved wall paintings, and it's located just outside the main Pompeii town area. The ban of selfie sticks is increasing. Last week, the National Gallery in London joined a growing number of sites around the world that have banned the extendable camera arms, saying it needs to protect artworks and other visitors. Museums across both China and Taiwan have also begun prohibiting them. A fire broke out last week in the bell tower of Moscow's Novodevichy Convent, one of the Russian capital's most well-known tourist attractions. Wooden scaffolding surrounding the tower for restoration was set alight. The fire's spread was stopped in good time, and the octagonal tower, which is more than 70 metres tall and dates from the late 1600s, did not suffer significant damage.
Still to come on The Travel Show.
Tommy's discovered a new way to travel around London. And we head to Cabo Pulmo, a tiny ocean community in Mexico.
Go!
Here they school in their thousands, a giant swirling mass of big-eye jacks, gathering in such large numbers they almost blot out the sunlight. Today's bustling fish population is clearly worth more alive than dead, a spectacle that never ceases to amaze.
The Travel Show, your essential guide wherever you're heading.
Yeah, no, literally, I'm about to send an email right now. Hold up, I'm gonna have to call you back. I've got the wife on the other phone. Oh, you know what? What's she saying? And Twitter's going. You know what? This is hard. It's hard flicking between all these different devices, having to cope with my day. I mean, 1 minute I'm on a big keyboard. I want a little keyboard. And then I'm on a big keyboard. And then I'm on a little keyboard. I just want to be one keyboard. The multi-device keyboard connects to your phone or tablet via Bluetooth, and you can switch between devices using the knob. You know what? This does exactly what it's supposed to do. Very straightforward and simple to use. You turn the dial here on the left to change between the 3 different devices that are connected to it. There's no delay whatsoever between typing and text appearing on the screen. But is it travel friendly? Well, just about, because the batteries go in here. It makes it a little bit bulky and chunky to carry around on your travels. However, there is something nice to be said for just having a regular keyboard to type on. It's kind of like a little bit of the old school meets the new school. You know the worst thing about waiting for a bus in the freezing cold? It's the freezing cold! Well, unlike these ladies, I'm nice and warm. Just don't tell them, because I'm not giving up my heated seat for anyone. The hot seat has 3 temperature options and heats to a maximum of 55 degrees Celsius. Here's how it works. There's a little button you just use to press and turn it on. And then in the back is where the power source lies. You can also use it to charge your other devices, your tablets, your PCs, or your phones or whatever. But once that's in and connected up, the bottom of the seat warms up really quickly. It's a lot to carry around for quite a limited use because don't forget, it only really warms your bottom. If you're in really freezing conditions, it's not going to keep you toasty. This is one day I don't mind the buses being late. Wearable technology is hot right now. I'm talking about smartwatches and fitness wristbands. So when I heard about a speaker that you could wear on your wrist, I had to give it a go. The speaker band syncs with your device via Bluetooth, and you can use the controls on the band to listen to music. It works best indoors for taking calls or for listening to music as you move around the hotel. Having tested the speaker outside though, there's a serious lack of bass. The quality's just not up to scratch. In fact, it can sound quite tinny and trebly, which is annoying. But if you're in an enclosed space, maybe getting ready for a night out, then you can have your tunes with you and know that you're not going to miss a call while you're getting ready.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to...
Travel is something that should always be seamless. You should be at one with the road. Why ride when you can glide? The Airwheel battery takes 2 hours to charge, and that'll keep you going for up to 28 miles. It's supposed to be self-balancing, but I think it takes quite a lot of practice to become proficient. Clearly, it's expensive, and if you did have the cash to splash out on the Airwheel, then yeah, it's a fairly cool way of kicking around town. But is it practical to carry around on your travels? Well, no, actually. I mean, it's heavy, really heavy. If you had to lug this up and down stairs, then it would be a nightmare. Plus, it does take quite a bit of getting used to. I banged my knees on it several times and fell off spectacularly. But once you get the swing of it, cruising around town on an electric unicycle, that's pretty cool. Watch out, pigeons! Watch out! Save yourselves! Save yourselves! There we go.
Thanks, Tommy. And to end this week, a monster school of fish in a small Mexican bay has become the envy of marine parks the world over. It's in Cabo Pulmo, and it's now regarded as a shining example of how to help save our ailing seas. John McIntyre has the story.
This is Cabo Pulmo here in the Sea of Cortez, a tiny ocean community with a big story to tell. A story about how the local people sacrificed an entire way of life to create a world-class marine reserve.
Today, the shallow seas of Cabo Pulmo are teeming with life. More than 200 different species of fish make up a vibrant food chain which has put the reserve in the record books as one of the healthiest on the planet. Cabo Pulmo, a small dusty village well off the beaten track, came close to collapse as a result of overfishing. I meet dive operator David Castro, whose grandfather used to speak of the glory days.
He used to tell me, like 30 years ago, you can see like thousands of sharks or thousands of groupers and all over the place. 20, 30 years ago, and there were all those species, they really disappeared.
Old photographs were all that remained of those bountiful years, until that is, David's father led the calls to save the bay.
Tomamos la decisión de hacerlo con una fe y una esperanza de que sí va a funcionar, porque de todos modos la pesca estaba muy difícil, muy duro, invertirle mucho, y dijimos, si nos dedicamos a la conservación y trabajar el turismo, pero principalmente la conservación.
So in 1995 they realized their ambition by creating the Cabo Pulmo National Marine Park. 7,000 hectares of bay, within which all fishing is banned. Since then, there's been an explosion in marine life, a 400% increase, the greatest of any reef in the world. This photograph of David in among a monster school of fish known as jacks has been seen around the world and has come to symbolize the success of Cabo Pulmo. It's an image which has helped to inspire a valuable tourist trade of mostly snorkelers and scuba divers. So, time for me to find out if the park lives up to its new reputation.
Most of the dive sites here are no more than a 10-15 minute boat ride, but today we're going in search of the legendary schools of Big Eye Jacks.
Okay, ready guys? 1, 2, 3, go!
Here they school in their thousands, a giant swirling mass of big-eyed jacks, gathering in such large numbers they almost blot out the sunlight. Today's bustling fish population is clearly worth more alive than dead, a spectacle that never ceases to amaze.
I don't really have words to tell how I feel every single time I go down because it's insane.
Not surprisingly, the sheer quantities of marine life have also prompted the return of the apex predators. Powerful bull sharks are now sighted almost daily during dives, especially on the site of a small wreck. The park's director couldn't be more proud of the local people who've made it all happen.
I'm very proud of knowing these heroes for me that they've been doing preservation since some of them they were born.
Scientists describe this as the most successful marine reserve in the world, a shining example to many more countries and communities.
But it doesn't end here. Mexico has ambitious plans to turn up to 10% of all of its seas into marine protected areas, clearly inspired by what's happened here in Cabo Pulmo.
Well, that's all we've got time for on this week's travel show. Coming up next week,
we head to British Columbia, a place renowned as a top ski destination. But with recent snowfalls combined with winds and warm temperatures,
come on, little bit. Search.
Skiers are being encouraged to take avalanche training before hitting the slopes.
so do join us then if you can. And in the meantime, don't forget, you can keep up with us while we're out on the road in real time by signing up to our social media feeds, details of which are on the screen now. But for now, from me, Krista Larwood, and the rest of the Travel Show team here in Orlando, it's goodbye. See you next time.